Hey guys, welcome back. We're back here in House Flipper again. Last time we did finish the mansion, which I absolutely loved. But I kind of wanted a little break. Not a huge break, just a small break, one job of a break, and I happened to see this one, which I didn't even know I wanted a break until I saw this. But this is just demolish what is here and put the block up for sale. And I that sounds very satisfying. I want to do that. Like, I just want to take down what's there and make it all good to go. Where am I? Where's the front? Here. Oh, we do have stuff to unpack. It's probably a for sale sign. So yeah, that is the whole job, guys. We're going to head up to the top. I feel like that's the best place to start. How do I get to the top? Okay. Is there more stairs, or is this the top? It might be. It's not. Okay, so there are more stairs or somewhere, right? How am I supposed to get up there? 'Cause there's like a whole nother level up there. Okay, maybe it's just... Oh, right here. Okay. I see now. These stairs go to the top. All right. We can do that. Was that right here this whole time? Isn't this where I just was? Okay. All right. Well, let's head up to the top here. And we'll just start here. Why not? And I know this isn't like a design, make the house livable real job, but I don't know. This just seemed very pleasing to my brain, so we're going to do it. And I'm already enjoying it. This is very relaxing to me, just to demolish this and not really have to think about it. I am totally down for that. There we go. We'll just keep going round. There we go. There we go. More right there. Right there. Right here. Okay. I gotta find something to talk about while we do this. Because this requires no brain power, and I am so on board with it. Sometimes you just need something like that. Something to just do and not really have to think about too much, and just kind of do the same thing. And yeah, I don't know if you guys do that or not. It's kind of satisfying. It's the reason I play a lot of puzzle games on my phone, is I get into the swing of what the rules are of the puzzle, and then, yeah, I just go without thinking, and it leaves me time to think about other things, and yeah, just play the game and not really have to focus on anything, which is great. Oh gosh, that is not what I meant to do. Maybe I should focus a little bit. Alright. It's not as easy as it looks, I guess. Okay, we've almost got this top layer off, which is amazing. I also like that everything is this one color, like it's all this concrete color. That, I don't know, that just makes it not feel overwhelming at all. And I don't know why we're tearing it down. It feels like you could have made a nice house here, but I guess the property owners decided not to. I don't know. I don't know why they didn't want to do this, or live here, or have someone live here, or just sell it as a property with a building on it, you know? I don't know. I wish there was more backstory here, but that's okay. All right, we're getting into the building now. That's a good sign. We had a double layered roof. All right, there we go. Keep on going. Okie doke. Okay, make the turn here. And we'll go this way. I don't know if I should keep going around. That kind of makes me feel like I'm just going to fall into the building at some point. So maybe we'll switch to doing side to side now. I don't know. That feels like the right thing to do. Okay, it's going well. And this is the whole job. Like, just demolish this. I have to mow the grass. Looks like I'm selling a couple of things. It's probably stairs. Am I buying things? Okay, I guess not. It just says sell. I was confused because it had the hand. Maybe that's to unpack stuff. That would make sense. Okay. Because we do have a box out front, and I'm sure it's a for sale sign. It's right down there. Oh, we're getting rid of that path, too. Okay. Okay, not a problem. What a strange layout. There's so many small rooms. And I kind of like that, but at the same time, like, why? What was the plan there? You know? Because this is a lot of rooms just for this one floor. But this floor does have a separate entrance, so maybe it was meant to be kind of a standalone apartment type situation. I still don't know why you would need that many rooms, though. How many rooms are in your house? I live in a camper, so really I have one big room and a bathroom, but technically, like, there's a bedroom, but there's not a door, so it's kind of just the same room. And then in the main house, let's think about this. How many rooms are there? There's one. We got the kitchen. Okay, let me think. Kitchen, living room, dining room is its own same room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe there are 7 rooms in our whole house. There's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. So 3, 4, 5. And then the living room and the kitchen. And that's it. Like, that is the whole house. So that's like, this has more rooms than our house. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a hallway. Yeah. Like, this one level of this house has more rooms than our entire house. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Let's go ahead and start on these walls. Okay, that went down to the right level, so that's cool. Yeah, let me know how many rooms are in your house. I'm just kind of curious at this point. You don't want me to sell those. You want to keep... Okay, they want to keep the stairs that are just going to be going up into the air. Okay. Now I have even more questions. But that's fine. If they don't want to sell them, they can keep them. That's... I feel like that's not supposed to be the case. I feel like we were actually supposed to sell that, but for some reason the game decided to not include it. I'm not sure. And maybe it's something about when it was created as a job. I don't really know how that side of this game works. But that feels a bit strange. I feel like we are actually supposed to sell those. And it's saying no for some reason. Okay. Well, we'll leave them, I guess. Because we're not building anything. I don't understand. I genuinely do not understand. So we're just going to keep on going. We're going to pretend that that's not a thing. Alright, let's get there. Let's get here. There. Okay, we're almost done with this floor, I think. Well, kind of. We're getting there. We are getting there. Here's where I poked a hole in through the floor. Because I thought we were on the roof and we were not. Okay. There we go. Alright. I wish we could have a bigger sledgehammer. Maybe like a wrecking ball would be kind of helpful for some jobs like this. I don't mind this. Don't get me wrong. I'm still finding this very pleasing to do. But sometimes it would be nice to be able to get rid of entire walls in one go. And it's just not an option. which is fine. They don't want to make it like creative mode building over here, but yeah, I don't know. It would be nice to be able to get rid of entire wall sections just in one go, and maybe it should take longer, but I don't know. That feels like it might be worth adding. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, or would that take away from the charm of the demolition? Because it might just make it feel boring. You know, if you can just come in and imagine if I could just click and delete this whole wall. Maybe that wouldn't be as satisfying. It probably wouldn't. Maybe we don't need that. I take it back. I take it all back. I like the way this goes. Okay, autosave lag. Alright. There we go. There we go. Right there. Right there. Right there. Alright, now this whole wall. This is a big wall. It's going to be fine. We're going to get through this. Okay. It's looking good. We've got a lot more walls to go, don't we? My goodness. Well, I'm finding it very relaxing to do, so really cannot complain. I was kind of hoping this is what it would be, if I'm being honest. So pleasantly surprised that it is. There we go. All right, this wall. Gonna get rid of that. And right there, and here, and here. Okay, and then we can go to this little wall, which is quite small. There we go. All right, let's get this little wall, and then we just have these two big walls to do. And then we are done with this entire level. I mean, except for the floor, but that should be easy enough. All right, this feels like it's going pretty darn well. Okay. Other than not being able to sell the stairs, so that's very strange. I don't know. I don't know if you can legally sell a property with a giant staircase on it and that's it. Like, that feels like a hazard. Like somebody's definitely gonna fall off that at some point, which is unfortunate. So I don't know what their plan is with that. And maybe it's fine. Maybe it's not a concern. But to me it would be if I was looking at properties. I don't know. It just feels kind of strange. All right. We've done a terrible job of keeping it neat and orderly up here. That's fine. Doesn't really matter. We'll get it all cleaned up. Maybe we'll clean it up with this pass. Here we go. Okay. Yeah, we can clean it up with this one. We'll get this. We'll get that. We'll get that. Okay, and now it's looking pretty good. All right, and then we'll just go down this way. I know we're not doing it to the full potential, but that weird little piece that was sticking out on the end kind of messed us up on that. Which is fine. Okay. There we go. There we go. Should I be doing both layers at once, you think? Maybe I should. Okay, let's start doing that. Let's see what happens. Oh. Okay. We have in fact fallen through the floor. And that was not at all intended. Okay. That's fine. We'll kind of work from down here then, I guess. Because I'm not entirely sure how to get back up there. So this is fine. This is fine. It's fine. It's fine. We can work from down here. Not a problem. I guess. I mean, it kind of has to not be a problem. Because we're down here. Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Okay. There's no reason we can't start down here. Okay, we've got a double layered wall here. That's a bit odd, but okay. Not sure what that's about. This place is built kind of strange. Not like bad, but just kind of odd, I guess. Don't know why we have some of these double walls. Maybe it makes it more structurally sound. I don't know. I'm not an architect, I'm not an engineer, but these walls feel pretty thick. But we are on the second story of a large building, so maybe that would make sense. All right. Well, we'll keep going with it. There we go. We've got this little stick out part. That can go. We've got a hole. Okay. Don't know why there's a hole there. Is this whole thing double layered? That's going to be a lot. Which is fine. I'm getting a little overwhelmed. I think I'm okay, though. I thought this would be relaxing. And it is. But it's kind of a large job. A bit larger than I thought it would be. Not huge. It's still very doable. Okay, let's get that all the way to there. And then I guess we can just go this way. Oh, gosh. There we go. All right, that. All of that. This up here. Okay, this feels like a faster way to get rid of the double layer roof and the little side trim and all of that, right? So we can do that, not a problem. All right, let's get this and that and this and that. Okie doke. And then we'll just keep going this way. I mean, I don't see a reason why not. Okay, we missed a little spot right there. That's a bit strange. Okay, keep going right here. There we go. It's looking good. I bet this place was really neat when it was a house, or if it was ever a house. Okay, we don't want to sell this stair either, and we don't want to delete this. Okay, I do not understand that. We're back on top here, so we're just going to go ahead and do what we were trying to do before, which is just delete both roof layers at the same time. Hello? There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, let's go across here. Okay, it's not looking bad. We're doing fine. I'm kind of having to talk myself through it a little bit. The ADD has kicked in kind of strong, and I've gotten a little bored, but I think we're going to make it. I think we're going to be okay. Oop, missed that whole thing. All right. Yeah, we're going to get through this. It's a good mental exercise to kind of train my brain to be able and focus, because I don't know about you guys, but I need help with focusing sometimes, just in general. So maybe this will kind of help me with that a little bit. I don't know. Trying to look at the positive. Okay, got that. Let's get this. Okay, get this. There we go. This little spot right here. It doesn't want me to because all that rubble there. That's fine. Okay, we'll just keep working our way across. All right, all the way to there. And if you look at it big picture, like we're actually probably around halfway done now. Because we just have the walls below us and then another floor. So, yeah, we're probably halfway there. And I'm okay with it. My brain has gone back to finding it soothing again. This is pleasant. I like this. And I'm kind of glad there aren't colors. Maybe they could have done some colors and it would have made it a little bit easier on my brain, but I think it's fine. We only have a budget of 32,000. I was thinking of painting stuff just to have it be different colors, but with that kind of budget, I really don't think we can. Which is, it's fine. It's fine. We're getting through it. There we go. We're almost across this whole roof. Okay, okay, okay. Right there, right there. All right, almost there, guys. I really mean it this time. And then we just have walls and a whole nother ceiling situation. And then more walls. And then we actually get to do the fun stuff, which to me is mowing the grass and just kind of tidying up the place a little bit. I will say I kind of like that there wasn't trash here, but at the same time, it might have been easier if there was. Just to have, oh gosh, just to have something to do other than just demolish things. But I'm not upset that there wasn't, so I think that's fine. Okay, we'll go across this one. I forgot these were double layer walls. Oh my goodness. Sorry, there was just an ant crawling up my leg. That's not okay. All right. Are you guys having ants this year? I don't know what part of the world you guys are in, but like where I am, you know the tiny little ants, the little black ants that like come in and ruin your picnic? Those have been absolutely awful this year, and I don't know what to do. Like, they're in my house, they're outside, they're not in my house like, oh my god, we have an infestation. But every day you at least see a couple of them, and I'm at a loss. I don't really like to use like chemical sprays because of dogs. My dog will lick anything. It's a problem. So I don't want to use that. So I'm trying to use like vinegar and natural things, but man, it's not working. So do you guys have any tips for the small ants? And if you have small ants in your house and around your house that are causing problems this year, could you let me know? Because that would make me feel better. Because I'm not leaving food out. There's nothing for them to eat. I don't know why they're coming in. Like, I don't even have a loaf of bread out. Like, nothing is out. Nothing is open. I don't understand. I don't know what they want from me. And outside, they're just as bad. Like, they are all over the ground outside, everywhere. It's not just at my house. Like, everywhere I go, these little ants are there. So, I don't know. But it's getting a little frustrating. It's been a couple of weeks now that they've just been kind of a nuisance. Every time I make a coffee, there are ants like swarming it. I've got to keep a lid on it, which I don't typically do, which I probably should do because I spill my coffee a lot. But I don't know. Like, I'm trying to make sure that there's nothing an ant would want. And I'm not an ant, so that's kind of difficult for me, but there's no food. There's no dog food out. There's no snacks. I'm sure there are crumbs. I'm not like a particularly messy eater, but you know that there have to be crumbs wherever you do eat, but I am trying to wipe those up and be careful about that. And I don't know, I've never had them like this before. Like, every year we get some ants, you know? But I've never had them be as persistent as they are this year. It's so strange. I don't know what's happening. And they're everywhere. Like, I'm sitting at my computer right now, and an ant was just crawling on me. And I don't see any more anywhere. And I don't eat at my computer. I mean, I have my coffee here with the lid on, but There's not crumbs here. There's not food. There's no reason for an ant to be at my computer. So why are they here? I don't understand. So I don't know. I'll stop ranting about ants. That's probably not what you guys are interested in. I don't know what you guys are interested in actually. Um don't have anything exciting going on in my life. It's pretty warm outside. Well, yesterday, okay. So I have these tiny little chickens, okay? We also have regular chickens, but I've taken on a special project to have the smallest breed of chickens, which are called Suramas. I believe they're from Japan originally. Mine are not. They were bred here. I did purchase them here. I have since been allowing them to hatch eggs and continue to grow. And then I do sell them to people who want to have chickens for eggs but don't really want the commitment of like full-size chickens. I mean, these guys are small. My biggest, who is a rooster, weighs close to 1 pound and he is about 8 inches tall. And that is the biggest he gets. Like, he is full grown. That's as big as he gets. And when I got him, he came with a hen, who has been great. She's been the foundation of my breeding program with him. And they have been lovely. And yesterday, sadly, my hen did pass away, which I knew was coming. So, like, I'm pretty bummed out about it, but I'm not, like, completely heartbroken. She wasn't young, you know, and she had been not declining, but she had been showing her age for a couple of months now, just kind of slowing down, and she just looked tired. She was still herself, you know, she still wanted to hang out and be petted and all of the things, but she just seemed exhausted. And I did everything I could. I mean, she got the special treatment through all this heat. She got fans and cool water multiple times a day, which everybody does, but she got it more than everybody else. Like, everybody else I would do 2 or 3 times a day, and her I would do every hour, every couple hours. Just special for her. And yeah, she did pass away yesterday, which is a bummer. But we had a cute little funeral. It was adorable. And I know that she lived her best life possible with me. I try to make that my goal with every animal I have. And we do have a small farm, so, you know, not every animal is a pet. I wouldn't say that most of our chickens are pets. They're not, you know, you can't just walk up and pet them and pick them up or whatever. But they're not scared of us, which is, you know, ideal. I don't want them to have a reason to think that I'm a scary person. And we give them everything that they need to live their best life possible. So I'm not too bummed out because I know that she did have everything that we could possibly do for her. But still, it's kind of sad. It's like the end of an era. She was not young when I got her, and that was, gosh, when did I get them? I know my rooster is a little bit younger than she was, for sure. We got them before COVID, like before the whole pandemic started. So my goodness, she wasn't young, was she? Okay, neither is he. Okay. But yeah, I just thought I would tell you guys a little bit about her. She was a sweetie. I loved her. She liked to be petted. She liked to hang out. She regularly came in the house. Her name was Eliza, which I mostly just called her Liza. And, yeah, and her rooster friend, his name is Hamilton. So, Hamilton and Liza. Now I just have Hamilton, who is named that because he has always got something to say, and he means it when he says it. And she was great. I loved that little chicken. I know it's kind of strange to love a chicken, but that was my little girl, you know? And we do have our offspring. You know, they're still going strong. I've actually got one right now that's a juvenile. She's probably, gosh, how old are they? 3 or 4 months old. And she looks just like her, which is so adorable. But I'm actually not going to be keeping her. My boyfriend's sister, I did promise her to go to my boyfriend's sister. So, yeah, she's going to go there. And I know she's going to have the best life there. So I'm not upset about it. Hang on, I need a drink of coffee. But yeah, I'm not upset that that little hen will be going to a new home because I will still see her. And I know that she is going to a fantastic home. So, not the end of the world there, but it just feels like the end of an era, you know? Hamilton and Liza aren't together anymore. And Hamilton seems to be taking it well. He's not being mopey or sad. He does have other ladies, though, so maybe he's doing okay with that. And I mean, if I saw it coming, he definitely had to know it was coming soon. She had slowed down a lot. So, as we all do, you know. We're getting rid of this, but not that. Okay. Okay, not asking any questions. Just gonna do it. But yeah, so that's the only news really I've got going. Sorry it's not better news. But I don't know. I'm sad, but I'm not sad, you know? Death is a natural part of life. It happens. You have to accept that being on a farm. And sadly, we outlive most other animals, especially ones, you know, farm animals and things like that in the pet variety. Most of those we do outlive. Our lifespan is just longer than theirs. And there's nothing you can do about that. So, yeah, you give them the best life that you possibly can. And then I always like to remember, like, she did have another home before she came to live with me, so it's not really the case with her. But the babies that she produced or made or was the mother to, I don't know how to say that. It always sounds weird to say produced because then it sounds like she's a machine and she's not, like she was part of the family. But her babies that she did raise, the thing I like to remember with them and all animals that are born on our property is, yeah, we might see the beginning and end of their life in our lifetimes, but they never see that in ours. You know, to us, it's just, oh, well, it's a chicken. I had her through her life, you know, and then she got old and died. But to them, like, they spent their whole life with you. You know, if you've had them that long and kept them through their entire journey, you are their whole life. Like, they have known you their entire life. And that's just crazy to think about. Like, my dog, she just turned 9. Her birthday is the same as my birthday because we don't know her birthday, but we know it was sometime in June, July, so we just roll with that. She just turned 9. I got her when she was 6 months old. She's a rescue. Long story short, I was on my way to work, okay? And the car in front of me slowed down and threw a puppy out the window. Didn't stop, slowed down, threw her out. So I grabbed her. She went to work with me. That's how I got her, which is, you know, I did not want a dog at the time, but she is like the best little thing that has ever happened to me, I swear. So no complaints there. But I got her when she was 6 months old, around about. You know, it's hard to tell. And for 8.5 years, she's been with me. 8.5 years. All but 6 months of her life, she has known me. Now, she didn't like me for the first couple of months. She was pretty aggressive, and scared. And I mean, rightfully so. I would be too. I don't know what she went through. But imagine that if for like, I can't even, I can't even, I can't even imagine. I've known her for what? How old am I? I'm 31 and she's 9. So I've known her for about a third of my life. But she's 9 and she's known me for all but 6 months. That's crazy. So I don't know. I always try to remember that like they're just a part of your life and they're a big part of your life. I'm not discounting that at all. Like, she is my whole world. And I will be devastated when she starts showing her age because she is 2. And this is her, what is it? This is her 9. So this is her 8th time turning 2. Because she's 9. So it's her 8th second birthday because I'm in denial about that. She will always be 2 in my head. That's when we really clicked and became good friends, and she's 2. So yeah. But it's just crazy to think about on how time works differently between species. Because she's known me this whole time. That's just crazy. Like, that's absolutely crazy. And I hope I've done her justice. I've done the best I can. I mean, she's a needy little creature. And I still love her. I love her for that. And I'm doing the best with her. I know she's had a good life so far. And I want to keep that going because, that's my girl. But it's just crazy to think about that she's known me for such a large percentage of her life. And I don't know. It's weird to think about animals like that. It's crazy. But yeah, I lost my little hen. And that's okay. That's life, We still have her offspring, so her legacy will continue. I don't know that I will name anyone else Liza or Liza Jr., but yeah, her legacy will go strong. I will keep it alive as long as I possibly can. And my dog, we're going to keep doing stuff, okay? That dog has done some stuff. That dog, that day I picked her up, I took her to work with me, which was at a barn that does horseback riding lessons for kids. And I tried to give her away. It was lesson night, and the entire evening, every parent I saw, I asked them, hey, do you want this puppy? And everyone said no. So I kind of feel bad about that now. I really was not in a position to have a dog. But sometimes life throws a dog out the window at you and you bring them home. So I brought her home. We did all the vet stuff immediately. That's important to get checked on. I wanted to make sure she didn't have a microchip. Make sure she wasn't stolen. I don't know why you would throw a dog out a window. It was in front of the animal shelter, but it was a very country area. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, and there was snow on the ground. It was January. It was below freezing outside. It was about to get dark. And I just don't understand why you would do that. But anyway, I brought her home. Nobody wanted her at the barn. I tried to get rid of her. I genuinely did. We're keeping this stair too. Okay. And I brought her home. We did all the vet stuff. I went ahead and got her fixed. We got all the shots, all the puppy stuff. And then, yeah, we just kind of tried to recover. She had some issues. She hated people. She didn't hate people. That's a lie. She was terrified. Okay? I don't know what she had gone through. But if you so much as made eye contact with her, she would fall down and pee on herself. So we had to spend a lot of time just doing small things, just, hey, I exist. I'm not here to hurt you. I did hand feed her food for a long time, one kibble at a time, just so she could get used to being around. And then, there was a period of time, and I'm not saying I recommend this, but for us, it did work, where she did have to be on a leash inside the house. Not necessarily me holding it. Sometimes, yes, because she would crawl under furniture if she saw you and live there. Like, she would not come out for days. Because I tried. I was like, well, maybe, she'll come out when she's ready. No, she would stay under there like 4 days if you let her. So I did keep her on a leash for a while, just with me, just hanging out, not really like trying to do anything with her. I wasn't trying to teach her anything. It was a fairly long leash. It was like a 10 or 12 foot, and inside the house, like that's pretty long. So she could be clipped on my belt and be in the vicinity, but not feel like she's got to be too close or can't get away. So yeah, we did that for a while. And then hand feeding food. She was, I wouldn't say food aggressive. You could tell that she was very underweight. She looked pretty bad. And you could tell that food had been an issue. Like, mentally, she was concerned that every meal was going to be her last meal and she didn't know when food would come again. So that's another reason I was hand feeding her, was just to kind of slow her down, because she was just bolting every single bite of food that she could get and would choke, and she wouldn't care that she was choking. She would just keep shoveling food in. I had to do the Heimlich on that dog more than once in the first week. I did not use a crate with her. Well, I tried not to. My work schedule was pretty flexible at that time, so I did spend a lot of time with her just to try and help her out. She was having a rough time. She was terrified. So I did crate her sometimes, not often. Mostly when I went to work, which was very flexible. I was never gone for more than 2 or 3 hours at a time. So it wasn't really a problem. So I did crate her for that. And she seemed fine with the crate. Like, she had been crate trained before. She didn't cry. She didn't howl. I gave her toys. I did leave water in there with her. I had one of the bowls that clips on the cage. Because that's another thing. She would not drink water. Like, if you were looking or she could see you, she wouldn't drink water. So you kind of had to stealthily place water and then run away. Which she's still kind of like that. Not so much anymore. She doesn't drink as much as I would like her to. She does drink more than she used to. But if you look at her when she's drinking, she'll just stop drinking and walk away. So, I don't know. That's a thing I've just kind of accepted. That's one of her little quirky things, which is fine. But we got her through that. She became very attached, which, I mean, obviously we were connected by a leash for quite a while. Which is why I can't say that I recommend it. I don't know that that's healthy. We kind of have a very codependent relationship now. Which we are both fine with. So not a problem. And then she started coming to work with me, which was great. But she still didn't like strangers. Even to this day, she's not a big fan of new people. She is more okay with women. But she does not like men, which, I mean, kind of valid. I don't know who threw her out of a car, but I'm assuming it was a man. So that was a big deal. And she's gotten a lot better. Like, we can walk down the street, we can go out in public. And she doesn't growl, she doesn't say anything, she doesn't raise her hair. Everything is cool. She's not panicky. But you can't approach her. Like, strangers cannot approach her and pet her. For the most part. Now, people I know, I do just kind of let them meet her. And I just take them outside. I take her outside. I let her off the leash. And their job is to 100% ignore her. And she'll come over. She'll sniff them. She'll growl a little bit. She might yell. But if you ignore her, quickly she's like, oh, you're not a threat, and then moves on. And then because she does have such a big personality now, she wants them to notice her. So she'll start doing stuff and rolling around in front of them and like trying to get their attention, which is pretty cool. I think that's a cool way for her to meet people. And that's worked well for us, for anyone that she absolutely needs to be comfortable with. But for the most part, we don't push it. You know, that's who she is. She's been through something. I'm not going to tell her that what she went through wasn't valid. And maybe I should have worked with her more on the socialization aspect when she was younger, but she couldn't even be in the same room with me at that time. So it was kind of rough. But we've gotten through that, and we've gotten through the car thing. She used to be very anxious in cars, which, again, for a good reason. So what I started doing is every time we'd get in the car, I would sing at her. And she loves to be sung at. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that made the car like, oh my God, a fun time, which is great. And she's completely gotten over that, which is wonderful. Now she gets in the car and she just lays down and takes a nap, which is amazing. That's pretty great. She does like look around and stuff also, but for the most part, cars are too exciting, and then she gets very tired and has to take a nap, which is great. And I did take her. Gosh, how old was she? How old was I? Gosh, it's been years. She was probably, I think she was actually 2 or 3. We went on the road with the Renaissance festivals, and I was not about to leave her at home. It was just me and her. And her first trip, we packed up and drove the 20 hours to Texas. And that was her first big road trip, and she was great. She slept like 90% of the time. When she wasn't asleep, I sang at her, and she thought that was great. We made it all the way to Texas, and we stayed there for 2 months. I only worked Saturdays and Sundays, so we had plenty of time to hang out and explore, and we had a great time. So after that, she just stayed on the road with me. She didn't. The one trip that she did not make with me on the road was to Arizona, and that's just because I was concerned about the amount of like things that want you dead in Arizona. In Texas, we had a camper, so we were pretty set. You know, we had solid walls, heat, AC, a fridge, kind of just normal life going on there. But in Arizona, I was going to be in a tent in the desert, and it was in the winter. It was in January, so it wasn't supposed to be like horribly hot or anything, but it's still warm in Arizona in January. You know, it's still, you definitely don't need to bring a winter coat. I say that, it did snow when I was there, but maybe I have a different definition of winter coat. But yeah, I did not take her to that one, and that was the roughest 8 weeks of my life. I did not have my baby girl with me, and that was terrible. So after that, I just started planning my schedule around where she could go. So next we went to Georgia. She had a blast there. We went to Louisiana. No, where did we go next? We went to Ohio. And then we went to Louisiana. She's been to Kentucky. She's been to Indiana. She's been to Wisconsin. Like, she has gone places with me, which is amazing. I should probably stop ranting about my dog now. I just love her a lot. Okay, I do. I wish I could get rid of these stairs. So yeah, that's my girl. And she has been there, done that, got the t-shirt, had a blast. Put this right here. And that is this job done. And I actually enjoyed this. This was very pleasing to do. I do wish we could get rid of those, but we cannot. So that's got to be a bug in how the job was created, or maybe just the game itself decided to be difficult. I don't know. But thank you so much for listening to me ramble today, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know why I got on a ramble, but thank you. And I know it wasn't the most visually exciting job, but I had a good time, and that helped my brain a lot. and I really appreciate you guys. And I really hope you guys have a really, really good rest of your day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.